J 5 2011. This one crazy, my man. They only want what they can't have. Hate who they can be. Fell at plan A, never make plan B. They don't understand me because I stand for something. They can't stand me. Quick to say, man, he frontin', can't see past my past. I survived a crash. I never cried, I laugh. I'm qualified to brag. I decided I'ma switch that shit up. Eat right, do sit up, say a prayer when I get up. Every night another block get hit up. Every day another nigga quit and decide not to get up. Been down for too long, man, I got to get up. Can't do it all at once, gotta chop the shit up.
Over the years, I've seen so many black activists, whether they try to attack the oppressive system through rap, singing, politics, getting on a soapbox, over the internet, making YouTube channels, Facebook channels. Seen a lot come, seen a lot go. Today, I saw another person today saying, after making numerous hardcore Pan-African pro-black videos, you know, white devil this and we need to, and when they say we, they mean black. We need to do this and bum rush the show, basically. Yeah, that's been their MO. And now they're talking about, well, I'm not going to center my work around that no more because I can't get through to black people. They're too comfortable with living in the mud and blah, blah. So they're not doing that no more. Well, nobody told you to do it in the first place, you know? You took that role on yourself. You built up this following. People, maybe in their naiveness, certain people hung on your every last word. There's probably some people who would have took a bullet for you. Let's keep it real. Some might even have committed assassinations just on the strength of your information alone, which from their end was more than you just making videos. They believed in your perceived movement. And now you're saying you don't want to do that. And look, it's your life, you do that. But what I will say is if you're going to start making trap music or Baby Got Back or My Neck and My Back songs, or you're gonna do Tyler Perry movies and just do a 360 degrees switch or a 180, whatever the angle is, whatever the polar opposite angle is, that's up to you. But once you go, don't try and come back. Yeah? Because the last thing black children who some have at least one dysfunctional parent, if not two, is you adding fuel to the fire with your inconsistency. So if you don't feel you can contribute anything to the struggle, fair enough. No pressure on you. Don't. But I have to ask is, what did you think you was going to achieve when you made these channels? Don't you understand? The people or the demographic you was reaching out to are in a very difficult period in their history, in our history. So what did you think it was going to be, a cakewalk? I mean, what would have happened if the revolting slaves took your attitude? Or Nelson Mandela took your attitude? Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Steve Biko, Medgar Evers, Harriet Tubman, the Black Maroon Tribe, Darkest Hal. I mean, how arrogant are you? Thinking through internet videos, You're going to solve the collective problems of black people. You know? You're just one cog in the many wheels that keep the machine turning. You know? But do what you got to do. I mean, if you was to say, I need to take a rest, recharge my thoughts and my energy, I'd say, cool. You know what I mean? Go do that. You know what I mean? We all need to do that when we can, no doubt. But what you remind me of is of the hip-hop game in the late 80s when the Afrocentric era was popping and everybody was wearing Malcolm X caps and the African pendant. The red, gold, and green was the prominent color coordination, you know what I mean, when it comes to clothing. You remind me of them cats, you know, because as soon as the themes started changing from the MC's mouths and people were talking about gats, slinging crack, and bagging bitches, you threw all of that regalia away. No more red, black, and green. That gone. You know what I mean? We're just dressing in black. You know what I mean? And wearing shades and shit. We're going to pretend to be gangsters now. You know? I mean, years later after that. And I love the Wu-Tang Clan, but they helped promote that Italian mafioso rap. I think Biggie's probably the most skillful rapper who ever lived. But he helped promote that too. You know what I mean? Even though the Italians probably hate all of African Americans. Let's face it. You know what I mean? Nas even said it in the lyric last year. When he said John Gotti was a racist, but we don't care, gangster is gangster. You know what I mean? It's even with when Trayvon died and everybody wore the hoodie for a week or 2 weeks. You know? That's why people don't take black people serious, because we don't stick to anything and we don't stick around long enough for the payoff. You know what I mean? Like I remember in the 90s, man, we had a certain rapper over here and he was just blowing up the spot, talking reality for the situation for black people in London, you know, and he was just getting really popular. Probably wasn't selling much records, but he was getting show money for definite. And he had a few problems. And I understand, because the police were actually getting into his shit now. They started fucking with the nigga. You know what I mean? He had to go through the system, through jail and shit. And when he came out, he just stopped that style of rap straight away. And I can understand that. But in a way, I don't understand it, because if you're representing the people with no power and you're talking out against the people who have power, what the fuck do you think potentially can happen? I mean, even me making this video, who's to say somebody might just do some little hacking tricks, I don't know, IPR, whatever, this, that, and ascertain my details and try to fuck with me because I'm making whatever video. You know what I mean? But yo, it is what it is. I'm fully aware as a grown man of everything I do and the consequences. And I'm willing to face them consequences. And I'm willing to fight any backlash which comes back. And look, these are just my thoughts. The bottom line, do what works for your life. If you no longer have the desire to inform your people about Wagwan, don't do it. Don't do it. Do what works for your life the best. But I will advise in the future, be aware of what you're taking on before you're taking it on. you know, whatever that may be. Peace out.
Yeah, Live J, 2011. This one crazy, my man. They only want what they can't have. Hey, who they can be. Fell at plan A, never make plan B. They don't understand me because I stand for something. They can't stand me. Quick to say, man, he frontin', can't see past my past. I survived a crash. I never cried, I laughed. I'm qualified to brag. I decided I'ma switch that shit up. Eat right, do sit up, say a prayer when I get up. Every night another block get hit up. Every day another nigga quit and decide not to get up. Been down for too long, man, I got to get up. Can't do it all at once, gotta chop the shit up. Take it little by little, cause even Malcolm Little took it piece by piece.